Our next talk, this is a special presentation. The Vice Chair of SNIA, Richelle Ahlvers, who's Vice Chair on the Board of Directors of the Storage Network Industry Association. She's been engaged with industry standards, both with SNIA and the Data Management Task Force, DMTF, for many, many years. And she served as the SNIA Technical Council Chair and has been very engaged across a breadth of technologies ranging from storage management, solid-state disk, cloud, and the Green Storage Initiative. She's currently chair of the SNIA Storage Management Initiative. You might have seen her last night at the Chat with the Experts at the storage management table. And at Intel, Richelle is Storage Technology Enablement Architect. She promotes and drives enablement of new technologies and new standards. And she spent 25 years in the enterprise storage R&D team in a variety of technical roles, leading the architecture, design, and development of storage array software, storage management software, and is very steeped in SAN management stack and the entire storage technology portfolio. With no further ado, I'll turn things over to Richelle.
All right, thank you, Jay. So as he noted, I'm Richelle Ahlvers, and I don't know why I brought my phone out. We're all addicted to them now, aren't we? So I am happy to be doing this SNIA special presentation this afternoon. I am the Vice Chair of the Storage Networking Industry Association, as well as a Storage Technology Enablement Architect with Intel. I've been working with standards for a very long time. SNIA is going to be having its 25th anniversary at SDC, so I'm not going to explicitly say how long I've been associated, but you might be able to infer it from that. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the storage industry and some new and emerging technologies. There's a lot of new technologies happening in the storage space. So we'll focus on that a little bit, although we only have a few minutes here, so I'm going to keep it rather brief and just keep to some that are directly related to the standards that we're working on. First, hang on. There we go. First, cloud storage. Right? Cloud has been around for a very long time. Public, private, and hybrid clouds have been around for quite a long time, but there's now a shift to this moving to hybrid clouds. And if you're not familiar with hybrid clouds, very basically, it's the ability to interact with a open system interface between different cloud vendors. Next, we have computational storage. So computational storage is really looking at how can we take compute when it needs to be applied to your data and your workloads and move that closer to the data store. So out at our booth, booth 725 out here, we have 3 demos talking about computational storage. Data accelerators is also an area where we're seeing a lot of interest. But data acceleration basically is optimizing all the way from the application and the OS level through memory and back. Other areas, you've probably seen a lot on CXL over the week. CXL looking at memory pooling, and this providing cache coherent disaggregation across memory and accelerators and memory-based storage. So the expansion of the memory fabrics as well as regular fabrics in technologies like NVMe over fabrics is also leading to expanding storage fabrics technologies. So this, everything from dedicated fabrics to shared fabrics, so there's work on the technologies themselves as well as a lot of work in the management plane for that. And then there's some other cool new emerging technologies of interest, like what are the storage applications for blockchain? So, just a little overview. We have a lot of stuff going on. Well, how is SNIA engaged here? How do we actually help? And how do we help bring these things together? First, a little bit of an overview of what SNIA looks like. We have work going on in all of these areas. So everything from that computational storage that I just mentioned, physical storage. We have our SFF organization that works on connectors, transceivers, used by storage vendors, infrastructure vendors, and server vendors alike. We have network storage, matches up with those fabric conversations I was just talking about, cloud storage. Then we have some other areas that we think of as a little bit more pillars of the organization, like storage management. Storage management should be applied to every technology. So that's one of the things that we think when we talk about being a pillar. One of the other obvious ones here is data security and governance. So we clearly can't do all of these things alone. SNIA is very big in partnering with other industry industry associations, open source and open communities, and consortiums. So if we look at a little bit, we've been having some historical partnerships with groups like the SCSI Trade Association, Fiber Channel Industry Association. These are really on those base legacy technologies that folks are used so broadly. Then we move on to management. So we've had a long-standing partnership as well with the DMTF on technologies, and are working on a multi-year effort with redfish and swordfish right now. We've also partnered with NVM Express on many different ways for, through management as well as computational storage, many different elements of partnership there. Next, we have we move to organizations that are more open standards, open communities. We have things like the Green Grid. The Green Grid partners with our Green Storage Initiative on helping to develop power efficiency management measurement standards as well. And then CXL, we've already mentioned. CXL is partnering initially quite heavily with our physical storage. All of the CXL products coming out will be using our EDSFF form factors. And we expect other areas as the technologies progress. Then we have these pure open communities like OCP. OCP also partners heavily with our physical storage. And let's see, we also have the Open Fabrics Alliance. The Open Fabrics Alliance works with us quite extensively on helping to develop, there they are, the Open Fabrics Alliance, again, on manageability. We're working together with the OFA to bring together DMTF, SNIA, OFA, CXL, are all working together to enhance and say, what is the comprehensive management solution for an end-to-end system with CXL and memory-based fabrics? So there's a really interesting project happening there. So that kind of hopefully gives an idea of what we work on, as well as how we work with all of our partners. So let's see. Oh, I forgot one, SODA Foundation. Another one that we work with purely on the management side. So SODA we work extensively with SODA on leveraging our class of service-based management interface up into their ecosystem. So how can you get engaged? All of this stuff sounds great, neat, cool technologies. How would you like to, how can we get engaged here? Well, it's a really simple process. First, what are you interested in? Is it something that actually will help you day to day in your job, or is it just something you think is super cool? Find the right ecosystem. So everything I talked about there has one or more different ways to get engaged with it, and that's true for nearly every technology. Identify the opportunities once you have the ecosystem identified. Look at contributing to the definition, the actual specifications, the requirements, or look at just contributing to the ecosystem. You can do this in a number of ways, including development and test tool creation, reference implementation, clients, additional libraries, and many, if not, most of the organizations are moving to develop all of these as open source, so you can bump up your open source creds while you're at it. So just a quick example. Say you're interested in standards-based management. I might have a bit of a self-interest here. Technologies of interest. What's going on in storage management? Well, swordfish, right? Swordfish is a REST-based standard, extends the redfish spec, and Swordfish covers specifically the storage-specific applications. So, okay, Swordfish, that looks really interesting. How do we get engaged there? Well, we go find the ecosystem. Either go to the organization's website or go look and see what they're doing on GitHub. So, hey, here's SNIA. Look at all these great projects we have going on in GitHub. Okay, then what's next? That's it. Contribute. So we would love to have you all engaged with SNIA or any of our partner organizations. Thank you very much.